He is an adjunct instructor in the Department of Architecture at University of Buffalo. He teaches courses in structural design, building technology, and core studios. He is also an architectural designer with Studio North Architecture, an award-winning firm here in Buffalo known for its thoughtful, small-scale projects. He explores adaptive reuse, construction, and fabrication, all rooted in the art of craft making. Please, everyone, welcome Michael Hoover.
Okay. Good evening. My name is Michael Hoover. Thank you to the Buffalo Architecture Foundation for hosting this event tonight. I will be speaking on behalf of Studio North Architecture, directed by Chris Romano, who has contributed to this story at many scales. This is a story about rituals of reclamation where cycles of nature and construction converge. The story begins over a century ago when the city of Buffalo was known as the City of Trees. This legacy was built by Frederick Law Olmsted's 1868 vision of a city in a park. As a result, the city was one of the most abundant urban canopies in the United States, characterized by over 300,000 street trees and park trees. Only 24% remain, and the most notable being the mighty oak of Delaware Park, the oldest known in the city, roughly 325 years old, a decade older than the sycamore at 402 Franklin. Long before Olmsted shaped the park, the oak was already anchoring the landscape, a relic of indigenous agricultural fields that once occupied the meadow. Home to the largest population of trees in the city of Buffalo, the Delaware Park district was shaped by its natural trees, intimate relationship with the park, and these street trees line by old maples and oaks and extend the park's landscape into the residential fabric. Nestled in the neighborhood just north of the park is where Shutterbach is situated. On the corner lot, the single-family residence, built in 1958, is surrounded by old-growth oak trees, and the facade is articulated by a series of prominent wooden shutters, which define the domestic character of the home while creating a subtle dialogue with the surrounding neighborhood and perhaps echoing the Shaker vernacular of New York State. The L-shaped footprint of the resident encloses a private rear landscape, and his family that lives there seeks a closer connection to nature and to spend more time outdoors. A small semi-enclosed 200 square foot addition extends the interior living to the exterior, thoughtfully balancing daylight and ventilation. The challenge emerges. The client requires the removal of this oldest oak on the property while also needing to clear the land for this new addition. How can the 150-year-old tree be reclaimed? The architectural solution is to embrace a hyper-local approach of circularity, transforming the tree into material and memory within the project. Let's upcycle the tree and rough saw it into boards on site. The wood can be sourced, seasoned, and machined within 10 feet of the new addition. The material, 1,700 board foot in total, is reclaimed for the structure, the skin, and even fuel in the upcoming winter season. And then this is into the form of a programmatic box. The memory of the fallen oak is captured in the facade with vertical boards, both inside and out. Operable shutters act as a spatial device modulating views and light, while visually and physically connecting the site's natural forested history. To complete the cycle, an oak sapling is planted in the exact location of its predecessor. A three-piece concept materializes. A raw and rugged wood box plugs into the existing structure, supported by a trapezoidal concrete plinth with a circular void for the newly planted tree, capped by an inverted metal roof that holds various programmatic functions within. Together, these pieces further define the domestic interior and exterior ritual loops. In the plan, a centralized interior is bound by two thickened programmatic walls, one to serve and one for warmth. As a result, a cozy atmosphere becomes focused around a cast iron stove which burns unused remnants of the former tree. Meanwhile, shutters frame curated views to the existing home, the yard, and the surrounding trees. During the day, the occupants gather within the box for a moment of relaxation before dinner. Logs are stacked within the stove to start a fire. The dogs nudge shutters open to run about the yard, and each family member fixates on an element of nature, the gentle movement of the trees, a squirrel running on the fence, or the vocals from a native songbird. After the children are off to bed, the parents stoke the embers, and prepare a peaty drink. Drawn by the flickering light, a neighbor joins, unannounced. Moments later, some gather onto the concrete plinth for a moment of stargazing, while others descend even further into the landscape for a social evening under the moonlit, bat-filled night. As the night grows colder and darker, the fire becomes warmer and brighter, with the coals of the former tree emitting a cozy red glow. Friends gather close as the wooden shutters remain closed. A guest asks to open, just one is allowed, letting a sliver of light and warmth escape from the box. The simple act tempers the swings of climate from day to night, season to season, and year to year. The act of shuttering allows the occupants to engage with the seasonal rituals, listening to the rain in the spring, watching birds in the summer, tasting a warm drink in the autumn, and feeling the fire in winter. From within the box, these moments connect to the occupants to the rhythms of nature, to spatial and sensory experiences. Their gaze is drawn to the white oak just outside the box as it changes color. Its leaves shift with the months from the fresh green of summer to the rich golds and russets of autumn, visually marking the passage of time, connecting the shutter box to the constructed nature around it. They wander across the dark brown, exposed aggregate concrete surface, opening large shutters slowly and grasping the round, diagonal steel pull bars, revealing the warm, circular sawn texture of the interior where the scent of the freshly cut timber fills the air, or even stepping onto the locally quarried limestone threshold as a reminder of our connection to the earth. Two cycles converge, a natural cycle of the oak tree and the constructed cycle of shutterbox. This convergence requires each inhabitant to question its impacts of our rituals, harvesting local materials, reclaiming and reuse on site, and circularity by replanting where the former tree once stood. Together, this story offers strategies for architects to perform rituals of reclamation. Thank you.